Hey team, welcome back to the channel. I want to go over our market hours scanners. I want to go over each one of these scanners and what I expect from each one of them, as they're always changing, and we have a few updates that I want to go over with our Discord members and anyone out there that's following along. So we've got our high of day plus volume scanner. You're going to see that one on the top left. You're going to see all those alerts. Currently we have that listed in green, right? So high of day, green, makes sense. You're going to see the time listed next to the alert, so you can see the exact time that it came in. You'll see the ticker, which is the symbol. You'll see the price, the volume today, and the float. I like to see that because, of course, the float size matters for me. That's going to make a difference on what size I'll take in my orders. And, of course, I want to see the volume because, for me, number one personal rule is no volume, no trade. So you can see that right here, price, volume, float. And you're going to see that pretty much on almost all of our scanners. So if you look at the top, you'll see what is available under each one of these columns. You're going to see the price, the float, and the volume on almost every one of these scanners, right? So high of day plus volume. So yes, these are stocks that are hitting highs, but they're also doing it with volume. So they're a little bit more attractive than, say, just anything that's hitting highs, right? So if we scroll down on this list and look at the results that we have from today, and currently right now we're sitting at, let's see, the time is 10:45 a.m. Eastern time on Monday. If I scroll down to the bottom, starts at 9:30, and we can see BLCM, EYEN, we can see we have a handful of alerts, right? So we're looking for highs. This scanner here is specifically looking for stocks that are making new highs. We can see a number of consecutive alerts, and some of these pan out to be really great opportunities later on in the day. Now, for me, again, no volume, no trade. That's number one. We can see this scanner on the right-hand side, TRVN's going off. And if I turn it on for a minute,
TRVN,
you'll hear those scanners. Or you'll hear those alerts, right? TRVN. So we know that right now, TRVN should be on watch. And why is that? Well, because TRVN is grinding right now. So if I pull over the chart, you guys will see that we have TRVN pulled up here. We can see that it's hitting highs and hitting that resistance level right there, 231. So that's very important, right? We've got the scanners, we've got the chart marked, we've got everything ready and in place. So the only thing we need to see now is for our strategy to set up. So for me, confirmation, close over that predetermined level. My level is 231, then 250 above that. Now, TRVN does have some major reds, and we can see that on our major red flag watch over here. So this little box here, major red flag watch. It's small, and you'll hear it once in a while, and you'll see a couple different alerts, right? You'll see major red spotter. That means we're seeing a major red candle. And if, again, I pull the chart over, that's that pink candle right there, right? Major red spotter. So if you see that major red, this scanner is designed to tell you about that, to let you know and let you really assess the conditions ahead of time before we enter our trades, right? So we can see that we have a couple of alerts on this. We also have another one, which is going to be a bullish vertical trend right here, bullish vertical trend. And so that's going to be a different alert. That means that there's a bullish vertical trend developing. And so again, another major red flag that we look for before entering our trade. So we've got the high of day scanner over here. We have the major red flag watch over here. And I'll go in a better order from now on out. So high of day scanner plus volume. So TRVN just made new highs, 234. And it's right now at 236, I believe. And I believe it's halted up. We can see that on our halt scanner over here, which we'll go over in a minute. But so big move there on ticker TRVN. We can hear it all over the scanners letting us know. And as you look at these scanners, guys, there's not a whole bunch of BS alerts, and that's important. So this next scanner we have on the right of the high of day plus volume is going to be the bullish momentum watch. And as you can see on this high of day plus volume scanner, TRVN 195, TRVN 234, 236. So you can see a lot of opportunity there. And if I scroll down, you see TRVN at 169. So if you're looking for stocks to watch, maybe stocks that are making highs, that's this list here. Next, we have the bullish momentum watch, which is a very specific scanner. Love this scanner. A lot of members in chat love this scanner as well because it looks for very high quality results, not just any BS out there, right? So on this list, we can see TRVN is really just consuming the list. And it's going to give you an alert next to each one of those and let you know if it's high volume, low volume, or what kind of alert are we being given. We can see that TRVN came in an alert in a strategy known as prime time. And guys, that means it's prime time. It's good. It's time to watch this stock and possibly trade it. Now, of course, our confirmation strategy is going to aid us in entry and exit, but the scanner is going to give us our heads up and let us know where the value is in the market, right? Scroll down on this scanner and you can see TRVN is littered all over this scanner. And it was down here. If I go to the beginning of the day, we have, let's see, BLCM down here, BLCM, right? We've got a number of alerts on BLCM, so we know to watch that one early on. As you go through, you see very low volume in AMTX, very low volume MINM. So it lets you know if there's volume, but what kind of volume are we looking at? We want to hear consecutive alerts. We want to hear it start screaming at us, IMPP, IMPP. That means it's time to watch IMPP. And sure enough, it was. We can see IMPP came on the scanner here, 315. Let's see the first alert on it. Let's see. I don't see IMPP below that, but we had IMPP come in here around 315, 314, and right here it hit 322, 318, and continued later up to the 328. So there was opportunity there, right? And it's letting us know, hey, there's volume, but this one's got high volume. And this one here, TRVN, that's prime time. So TRVN at $1 showed us that there was possibly breaking news. It was $1 prime time, right? So it's time to mark that chart and be aware of the move. If we scroll all the way back up to the top, and I know there's a lot of alerts, but again, a lot of consecutive alerts, a lot of TRVN on that list, right? So we're not getting a whole bunch of BS alerts. Get to the top, and right now IMPP 330, we noticed that one below. TRVN's here at 232, and IMPP and TRVN are both making new highs at this time. It's 10:50 a.m. Eastern time, and 10:49 was the last alert that we got on this high of day scanner. So these two scans are going to go together, right? This is our volume watch. We're looking for bullish momentum, not just any volume. We're looking for specific high quality volume. That's this scanner here. Next to that, high of day plus volume. So it needs to be hitting highs with volume in order to hit this scanner, right? Makes sense. In the middle here, we've got the high quality search scanner. So this is always searching. It's always going to be searching, and there won't always be results on here. But right now it's showing IMPP is on that list for possible high quality. So if I'm looking for an opportunity, maybe pull up IMPP, mark that chart. And this one is, this scanner is designed to let us know what's attractive right now. And as you can see now, the alert is off of that. So this will change throughout the day. So if you're looking for opportunity, you just get into chat and you just pull up the scanners, maybe check out the high quality search and these scans on the left. Now below that, we have the Find It First scanner and the low volume mark chart scanner. Now these scanners I love. If we're going to find anything that really takes off and has that great opportunity for later on in the day, a lot of times it's coming off of the Find It First scanner or the low volume mark chart scanner. And these two scanners are very much alike, guys. They're designed to find alerts or stocks that are moving in the right direction, but on very low volume. So they're not checking off all the boxes just yet, but they are checking off a couple of those, right? And earlier, EYEN was on the list. But again, I mark the chart, I get ready, and I look for confirmation. I have a very specific strategy that I stick to. I either see my setup or I don't. And if I don't see my setup, there's no reason I have to take the trade. So yes, we got an alert on EYEN, but no, I didn't trade it. Why? Because it did not give me confirmation, did not give me the setup that I'm looking for. So I use these scanners in conjunction with my strategy. Very important. I don't just trade off of these scanners blind. So that's the Find It First scanner, low volume mark chart scanner. You're not going to see a lot of alerts on these two scans. They're very, very specific. But what you will see are very specific and valuable alerts. So when you see an alert later on in the day, it's definitely time to mark that chart in case volume arrives because you will be ahead of the game. And that's very important. We can see now TRVN is ripping all over the scanners again. You don't hear that because I have that muted, but as we can see, TRVN's hitting new highs, right? So what stock do you want to be aware of? It's TRVN. And again, if you're trading the confirmation strategy and you have my levels, which I put in chat every single day, you know we have resistance here at 254 and 265. So yes, it is bullish momentum. Yes, it's a nice setup, a nice move here on the scanners. You can see TRVN is the only alert on this scanner right now. And you can see it's hitting highs as well. But as you can tell, if I pull the scanner back over, and this is a really good example of not just trading off of the scanners blindly, right? Look at that major red candle right there. Look at that major red candle. It came down, hit resistance, or excuse me, support, 231. Yeah, it's above the 231 still, but no, it's not bullish. Not until it closes over the 254 or 265. And if you have that resistance on your level or on your chart, and you use that in conjunction with these scanners here, man, that could be a nice recipe for success right there. So that's our high of day plus volume, our bullish momentum, our high quality search, our find it first, and our low volume mark chart scanner. Also, we kind of briefly went over this one in the middle, which is our major red flag watch, which we have a number of major red flags coming across that scanner now. So you can see the market is pretty choppy today. And if I go over to this halt and resume scanner, you can see over here, green is the resumption and pink is going to be the halt, right? Makes sense. Scroll on down. We have a number of halts today, and that's not really a good sign. We really want to see fluent price action. We can tell that right now it's pretty choppy. So it is what it is, right? But we're well aware of that thanks to these scanners. Now, right here in the almost the upper right-hand corner, but right here we have the bullish momentum large float. It's the same as our bullish momentum watch over here. The only difference is it's a larger float. You can see the float size here in the middle has a larger float. You don't see that in blue. Why? Because if it's going to be an A+ setup, it has to be in blue, in my opinion. So yes, these might provide nice entries, and yes, these might provide nice alerts to be watching for these stocks and possible setups throughout the day, but no, they're not going to be A+ setups in my opinion. Scroll on to the bottom. CVNA was all over the list at 932. Let's see what else we have down here. CVNA 953, IBRX at $6. Scroll to the top. Here's CVNA at 964. So all the way down here at let's see, 918. And 922, and now we're at 964. So yes, it's valuable. And again, we don't have a whole bunch of BS alerts on this scanner. So we're not going to hear a lot of alerts on the scanner. And the reason why is, again, filters are very specific to look for high quality results and not a bunch of BS, right? So CVNA, one of those alerts. IBRX right there, 642 is another one that we went over at the bottom. Quickly scroll down, IBRX 570. Scroll up back to the top, IBRX 641. So is there value there? Sure, there sure is, right? Higher float scanner. We know that because it's the bullish momentum large float scanner. Below that, major red flag watch. We know that. Below that, bullish momentum cheapo scanner. So same idea as this one. In this one, the only difference is it's a cheapo scanner. So it's looking for stocks under $1. So under $1, right? So we're going to be looking for stocks. And now I don't typically trade these type of stocks, but sometimes I give you a good heads up. I mean, we can see if we scroll on down here, what's that? TRVN, was that a good one? 90 cents? Yeah, I think it was. TRVN's over here at 253, 257, 259, right? So if you go over here, TRVN, 90 cents, over here, TRVN, just an hour later, was it a good setup? Yeah, I think it was. So off of our cheapo scanner, you guys can check that out as well. I don't really care for them until they get over $1, but once I get over $1, my eyes start to watch that chart. Right, bottom corner, bullish momentum volume watch. If you just got into chat and you're looking, you just want to get a quick visual of what stock should I be watching right now. If you get in there and say, hey, what is moving right now? Well, IMPP is the one you should be watching. It says that it has 248,000 shares in the last 2 minutes. I know that because this is a 5-minute scan. It's showing 255,000 shares, and it has 2 minutes left, or 3 minutes left on its scan. So we've got 255,000 shares in the last 2 minutes, right? So it's got some volume. If you're looking for volume, IMPP has some of that volume, so it might be one to watch. And of course, we saw that in some of these other scans as well. Above this, we have the halt and resume scanner again, as I've already went over, which is going to show you the volume. It's going to show you the halt, the description of the halt, why it's halting, right? So it's very important stuff. And if you look at the time and add 5 minutes to that time, that's exactly when they're going to unhalt and resume. So if you're looking for the resumption time, add 5 minutes to this time on the left-hand side, and there you go. You'll have the resumption time. And if it doesn't resume in 5 minutes, then look for a 10-minute halt. Volume leaders above that, it's exactly what you're thinking. It's volume leaders. We're looking for stocks that are the leaders in volume on the day overall, not just in the last minute or 5 minutes or whatever. It's in the last the day overall. So BLCM, we can see, is 62 million shares traded today. So that's our volume leader, and that's at the top of the list. Next is TRVN at 34 million shares. What we can see is the price is in red. And why is it in red? Because it's not A+, because it's a cheapo. And because it's a cheapo, it's going to knock it out from being an A+ setup. Now, it doesn't mean that it's not tradable, and it doesn't mean that it's not going to be giving us some really great opportunity. But what it means is we want to be a little bit more careful because it's a little bit higher risk. It's not an A+ setup, right? Above that, we've got the gap up scan right here, gap up. And that's exactly what you're thinking as well. It's going to let you know what stocks are gapping since open, not since yesterday's close, but since open today. So I want to know what stocks open today and are currently moving in the right direction. And when we see that, we'll know what stocks are in the lead on the day. And we can see TRVN is up 174% at its current price of $2.19. Or $2.18, right? We've got some red prices on here letting us know, hey, there's some cheapos. They're not A+, but are they moving in the right direction? Yes, they are. They're all up from open, and they're all up a decent percentage gain from open. The leader right now is TRVN up 174%, and it just halted back down. And again, it's great to have the scanners. It's also great to have your resistance levels in a confirmation strategy or a strategy in general, right? So I use a confirmation. I use these levels to aid me in entry and exit. Close above 254, close above 265 is worth watching. We had this bullish vertical trend into a halt. And when we resumed, we hit 259 target up here and closed below and did not continue our trend, right? Makes sense. So that's it, guys. That's our market hour scans. I hope that helped. I will go over our pre-market scanners. I'll go over our post-market scanners because we have a different layout for each time frame of the day. Pre-market scans will go from 4 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. every single day, Monday through Friday. Then our market hour scans that you guys see right here are going to go from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. in the afternoon Eastern time. And then we're going to have our post-market scans from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. every day. So if you guys want to get these scanners and get this radar basically in our market to basically let us know where's the value, then definitely check out the links below. So guys, I appreciate your time. I hope to see you in the next video. I'll see you then. Thanks.